Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, this video is in continuation of my playlist which is AI system design. So today I'll be talking about DevOps practices and project management. So this is my guys YouTube channel. If you would see, here are we covering AI system design. So we started with choice of backend, then went on to choice of front end, then we went on to microservices versus monolithic, then we went on to database side of things, and there will be one more release that would be showing you microservices in action in code. And now we are guys moving towards project management and DevOps practices. So guys, essentially what is DevOps? So guys, just in simple terms, DevOps is a framework that makes the entire development life cycle easy. So guys, whenever you're building a product or a internal tool, or you're releasing anything, so usually guys, nowadays all big organizations or even small organizations which have experienced developers usually prefer DevOps, since guys, due to DevOps you would find out that your software is more reliable, and the fact is that you're able to push code faster with much less errors and all. So that kind of a system is exactly what Azure DevOps is. And let's just try to see that what exactly Azure DevOps is and why do we need it for both tech side and both project management side. So let's first of all guys, what we have is like, let's just open any project. So I have a project called Aditya GPT. So guys, this would be the big project that your organization is doing. And then guys, essentially you have these elements, right? Boards, repos, pipelines, test plans, and artifacts. So you can skip them all for the time being. I'll just show you one two things which would just get started and help you understand. So guys, first of all, usually we start with boards. Okay, so whenever you're starting out a project, right, you would assign people some work items. So I'll tell you. So if you just click on add, let's say you want to add an epic. So what is epic is like the highest level thing. For instance, if I'm building a chatbot, so let's say uh, HR chatbot. So guys, this would be like the highest level of thing, right? You can like make sure what the priority is, and you can uh, just have a look at it. So you first create an epic. So your epic got created. Now guys, inside an epic you can create features, you can create user stories, and then essentially you can create tasks. So this is how guys usually it happens. Okay, now the thing is that what is exactly an epic, a user story, feature, and task? So guys, these are usually in this order. So one is epic, then is feature, then is user story, and then is task. So guys, usually the top thing is an epic, that means the big theme. Then what feature you are building on, let's say you're building a chatbot, then let's say user interface could be a feature. And then comes the user story, as in what does the user want. So let's say login feature could be a good user story. And then guys, task would be like, if you want to build out login feature, you would need to uh, let's say register your app with Google console, then gather the secrets, then code the API, then test the API, and let's say do final quality checks. So you are able to see how a big theme got broken down into features, and then it got broken down to user stories, and those user stories got broken down to tasks. So essentially this kind of system, right, I'm just showing you Azure DevOps. And like every company has its own set of tools, right? Some companies use Jira, some companies must be using some AWS tool, some companies might be using some other tool. So you don't need to worry about all those things. You could just figure that out on your job only. Now the next thing is guys that you need to understand is repos. So see guys, here essentially what happens is that as your DevOps, right? So essentially obviously there is a project management side of it, but there's a coding side of it as well. That let's say this is the main branch, this is connected to the app, and you can essentially just create a new branch, start working, then create a PR. So everything stays as it is. right? The next thing is pipelines. Okay, you can build out pipelines as well. Okay, so pipelines are essentially CI/CD pipelines you can build out. And guys, everything can be done very smoothly. It's just that you need to create like YAML files and all, and you can proceed. So guys, the main important part of this lecture is understanding best practices. So obviously you will be using Azure DevOps, so always try uh, to take care of three things. One is have a proper like a workboard setup. It will help you track down progress in a better manner, that's for sure. Then guys, always have a CI CD part of it. Even if you don't have a lot of CD part of it, you still want to do some manual checks before you automatically push code to production, that's also fine. But a continuous integration is a good practice, guys. You can write down some test cases and all, and then make sure that everything works fine. And don't worry, I have already recorded a playlist on PyTest. After this playlist, PyTest playlist will also come. And guys, the next thing is pipe and the next thing is, just in order to understand stuff better, it's best to always create documentation as well. So there is something known as wiki. Let me show you. So if you would go out here to Azure DevOps GPT wiki, so guys, you can create a wiki as well, right? So this would be your documentation and all, and everything would, guys, see, everything stays in here only as your DevOps. So guys, it's just a matter of best practices which you want to follow. And obviously whenever you're building something, you need to focus on CI CD as well. That's a big part of system design, that let's say what are the environments you are using. Let's say you're having three, right? Dev, QA, prod. Okay, then let's say here you have a main branch, right? Here you have a main branch, here you have a main branch, right? And then guys, the thing is that let's say I'm working on a feature, I'll create a new branch, then I'll do some changes, I'll push the code, then I'll create a PR. So guys, all these things are very important for software development practices and in general as well. So just it was just an introduction to get you started on Azure DevOps. And maybe your organization won't use Azure DevOps, they'll use some AWS tool or any other third party tool. So just you need to understand that whenever you're building a project, try to be good with your project management side of things. Make sure your repositories are clean, you're following a proper pattern, and guys, you're just building proper CI/CD pipelines. So this is the bare minimum that you should know in terms of system design specifically there. And obviously guys, some in-depth content about CI/CD also needs to be added to my YouTube channel. I'll definitely add it. Please guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. A lot of content for 2025 is planned. Thanks.